What's going on? It's your boy Bowie here, aka the genteel and gregarious glaciologist. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And this video is about Sub-Zero, as you may have guessed. But this video is more of a guide. I want to guide people that are trying to play this character. I want to give you guys the do's and don'ts of using Sub-Zero, playing as Sub-Zero, and all that good stuff. Well, let me first start by getting everybody in the center default. Okay, so what qualifies me to speak on Sub-Zero? Well, in short, my gameplay and my experience. I have played Sub-Zero in every single Mortal Kombat game. The only exceptions to those are some of the, handheld Mortal Kombat titles that have come out for things like Game Boy and, Sega Saturn, and some of those more niche Mortal Kombat releases and stuff like that. I haven't played those, but in terms of the mainline Mortal Kombat games, I've played them all, and I own them all, okay? And in every single one of them, I have played Sub-Zero. And so I know a fair bit about the character and how to use him, all right? And I'll be including footage from matches to back up what I'm saying, all right? So, this is what I'll do. I'll talk about a do, and then right after that, you know what? No, I'll include a bunch of do's first to start off positive, and then I want to get into the do nots, all right? So, one thing you definitely want to do with Sub-Zero in this game is use his movement. Sub-Zero has tremendous walking speed, particularly walking backwards. And one of the things about this game that's really good is that characters move well. That was not always true. In MK11, for instance, Katana and Baraka both moved terribly. Katana had a decent dash forward speed, but her backwards walking speed and her dashing speed backwards was horrendous. And Baraka's movement was buns, and that was part of the reason why he was not considered high tier. Both of those characters were not considered high tier, due in large part because of the speed at which they moved. Sub-Zero doesn't have that problem. His dashes are really good. Even his backdash is very good. And this comes into play quite a bit because one thing that you'll see Sub-Zero players doing a lot is you'll see them do some sort of move, backdash, and go into forward one. That's like a goated technique. But the reason we're able to use this is because his backdash is really good. And so if you're a sub player, you should be using his dashing. You should be using all his options, save for jumping. You don't want to jump all the time, unless you're going to cancel into a dive kick or a clone. But you want to use that only in, specific moments, okay? All right. So you definitely want to be walking. One thing you really want to be doing as Sub-Zero is this string right here, 2-1. Look at how far away this hits from. You can hit a fool from here using that string. And you want to use a kameo that meterlessly hit confirms from 2-1. You definitely want that, so that you can place your opponent here. One of the reasons why it's so difficult for me to recommend so many niche teams like Sub-Zero, Cyrax, and Sub-Zero Goro, or, you know, various other teams, is that with a lot of these other teams, you may gain something, but so many of them lose the ability to meterlessly confirm from this. Now, Sub-Zero Cyrax can do 2-1 slide into the Cyrax and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, with this new patch, many of the cameos that didn't used to allow Sub-Zero to combo from this now suddenly allow him to. And so that was definitely a great benefit to him. But all in all, this string is goated as fuck, because this normal is goated as fuck. You see what I'm saying? And so if you're going to play this character, you best be using a lot of this. Also, you need to use his mid, because his mid is awesome. It's slow. It's too slow. And sometimes it can get low profiled. But General Shao does not have a mid-hitting string that he can safely combo from. You see what I'm saying? And so for us to have a combo starting mid string that doles out a lot of damage, and it's safe, and you can stagger with it a little bit, it's definitely something we ought to be using. Okay? So, one thing you definitely want to do with Sub-Zero is you want to control this goddamn screen. What are Sub-Zero's tools that control the screen? Clone, Ice Punch, Kameo. You want to use a lot of this, because a lot of what I preach is that Sub-Zero is a corner specialist now. And that's true. Sub-Zero really wants to put a clone in front of somebody and use some sort of way to get them into said clone. That's what he wants to do, right? But the deal is, you're not going to start the match in the corner. You're going to start it out here. And what you want to do is you want to control the screen between the two of you. You want to pepper them with damaging projectiles. You want to make it a liability for them to jump, but you also want to bait them to jump. You want to throw enough of these to where they're like, okay, it's time for him to throw, or it's time for me to jump so I can stop this shit. And then when they jump, it's clone time. You know what I'm saying? So one of the many mind games that you're playing in the mid screen is you're conditioning the opponent to expect this. And as they expect this, the way that they have to get around it is to jump. But when they jump, that's when this clone is ready for them. You see what I'm saying? And so that's one of the many mind games you want to be playing. And also, don't be afraid to throw out stand 2 to fake people into thinking that you're throwing out one of these. You see what I'm saying? Because notice, they both start with this back punch. So you throw a couple of these, then it's like, oh, I'm throwing another one. Oh, I'm throwing another one. Boom. And maybe with a lot of opponents, you might even be able to throw this out just to trigger them to jump. And then you fuck them up with the clone. You see? So you want to control that screen with your projectiles and with your moves and stuff like that. Because that's how Sub-Zero's really designed to play. He ain't designed to be trying to mix motherfuckers to death. Because this is 24 frames. And people can and do react to this. Okay? But anyway. So yeah, control that screen. Control that goddamn screen. His special moves are good. Particularly Clone. Clone has gotten way better. And one of the things I highly recommend that you do as Sub-Zero is use Ice Clone as a shield. Put out this Ice Clone, let it protect you as you throw your real projectile. You see what I'm saying? Because there used to be a time where Sub-Zero would do a clone, and the clone would be out for such a small amount of time that we didn't have a brief moment to throw anything, because by the time we go and put this projectile out, the clone was gone. And so the opponent's projectile would clash with ours and nothing would happen. You see what I'm saying? But now there's so many matches where I've been able to clone and throw stuff like that. Because what they'll do is the opponent will throw a projectile, break the clone, but not stop my projectile. So then they get hit. You know what I'm saying? And so this is one of the best ways to get an ice ball in the neutral, is right after you throw out a clone. You know what I'm saying? So use your clone for a shield, a projectile shield. And this is especially true if you use EX clone. EX clone is out for 4 seconds. You got mad time to shield yourself. Now, of course, the opponent can break that clone. They can and will do it. But this is just to give you enough time to try to trade with them. You know what I'm saying? And if you catch them at the right time, you might even be able to freeze them a little bit and get your combo going. Now, if this were a past MK game, I would tell you to throw your ice ball out a lot, because if people trade with you, you get a free combo. That's not necessarily the case in this game, because this ice ball is too damn slow. It's one of the things NRS needs to fix before the game is over with, and I'll be campaigning for that shortly. But one of the best ways for us to get an ice ball out is after a clone. So that's where a clone should be utilized. So let me see. Oh yes. So one of the things I'm going to tell you guys not to do is I'm going to tell you to stop using ice clone in your combos. I've said this in many videos now, but I'm going to say it one more again because people ain't listening. When you use a clone in your combo, you don't have the resources to use it in the corner like what I'm doing here. So notice, I was able to get all that damage because I did a simple cloneless combo. And then after that, I was able to get a setup into a clone freeze. You see? So Sub-Zero is supposed to be using that clone in the corner. And one of the problems that I have with some of these cameos is that they sort of detract you from that, because they encourage people to use clone mid-screen in combos and stuff and in setups, when the reality is this character needs to be pushing people to the corner so that he can put a clone in front of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't use particular cameos. I'm saying if you're using a cameo like a Cyrax, for instance, it might behoove you to find combo routes that don't use clone. That way, when you push them to the corner, you're able to do forward 1-2 clone as they wake up. You see what I'm saying? Give them something to be worried about. Because after you do the 2-1 clone, you do get the chance to throw them or do a low into this clone. Because that's what we need to be using. Alright. Also in the corner, I can't emphasize this enough, but EX clone is so goddamn good. It's really good. I can't say enough good shit about this move. Because it's like, you have enough time to get a whole ass combo throw off of this move. And then right afterwards, you can set up the clone again. And all while that's happening... Hold on. You can be, if I'm using Serena, for instance, draining a motherfucker's meter. Oh, I use back 3. That's what it was. As soon as I see that I froze a motherfucker, I have a whole clone combo. And I'm able to do my thing. You see how cool that is? That's nuts. Also, if I have Serena... Hold on. I'm being facetious. I can give myself meter again. Oh, I fucked that up. But you see what I'm saying? Like... I can give myself meter again. Why did I... Oh, it's because I'm hesitating. I don't need to hesitate. I can just do this. And give myself more damage. Oh, that was healthy, though. Interesting. Very interesting. But you see what I'm saying? All that happened because EX Clone is so good. And so when you put an EX Clone out in front of a fool after a block string, they have to be worried about what you're going to do. And they have mad time, or you have a lot of time to make them worry about it rather than having to rush to do something. You see what I'm saying? So that's the merit of EX Clone. So you definitely want to do that. One thing I'm going to recommend now is I recommend making use of several cameos. My main team is Sub-Zero Serena. I've been using that team since the beginning of the game. But one team that I always hoped that I would be able to use is Sub-Zero Sub-Zero. Now that this Sub-Zero has a parry and can be plus on block, the Sub-Zero Sub-Zero team is actually very, very good to make use of right there. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching Hanzo play Sub-Zero in Rip's Arena, and he was using Sub-Zero Sub-Zero, and he was putting in work with that fucking team. You know what I'm saying? And so this is definitely a good alternate, for at least for me, because what I like about it is I can use this to be defensive. People are going to try to zone me out. It's like, oh, you want to zone me, bitch? Huh? I can zone your ass back. What you going to do? Or, oh, you want to zone me? I can slide you now. You know what I mean? Like, throw something, please. Throw something, please. Boom. You know what I mean? And so this almost acts like armor to a projectile. So you can literally wait for a motherfucker to throw something, and they just ate 11% off of that. You know. Or you can do a lot of this. You know what I mean? And so for those matchups where Sub-Zero's getting heavily zoned out, this becomes very good. But also because of this parry, matchups that are heavily rushed down and the characters can get around Ice Clone, this becomes a nice little extra helping hand, you know? But then on top of that, I actually really do like the utility of Sub Movado. Hold on, my bad. I haven't practiced this team in a while. Oh, that wasn't what I did. You know what I'm saying? So you're talking about a slide combo anywhere on screen that the opponent always has to worry about. I mean, yes, Cyrax gives us the same thing. He does. He does. But the difference is, well, people are not going to be able to hit Cyrax for the most part. Because, like, my thing that I was discovering was when Sub-Zero slides under projectile, if I try to do slide into Sonya, projectiles are going to hit Sonya and then, you know, fuck up my kameo. So, for instance, let me say, let me go full screen. Let me have the opponent reversal spear. What? Why you didn't do it? Oh. Huh? Why he didn't do it? Huh. Why is he not? He is supposed to... What the fuck? Maybe it has to be on all or something. I don't know. Okay, yeah. Okay. That shit's slow as hell. Damn. What can I do that's, Oh, I see. Oh, I know. I'll do this. I'll do this. You see what I'm saying? So that's a thing. And because I told you not to use clone, I'm not using clone. But if you had to use clone, you could do that and get more damage. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, let me turn this shit off. So, yeah. And let me also go. Yeah. So you definitely want to use several cameos. Have you a squad of cameos that you regularly rotate between, depending on the matchup. Because one thing that's apparent about Sub, especially now, you're not going to be able to take one variation of Sub and whoop all people with that one variation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have a variation for certain kinds of characters, a different variation for other kinds of characters. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. You know what I mean? But anyway. And then the last thing I want to say in the do category for Sub-Zero is be patient. I can't emphasize this enough. If you've played the story mode for this game, you know that Sub-Zero is a calculated, cunning, and methodical character. That's who he is as a person, right? And that's true of Bihan. It was also true of Kuai Liang when he was Sub-Zero, right? MK9 Sub-Zero was a thinking person's character because he didn't have the offense to just crash out on people. You know what I'm saying? But what he did have was really good defensive tools that, you know, force the opponent to look before they leap, because if they leap, they might get their ass frozen, you know? And so when I see people rushing in trying to do the things they see Sikander doing, you know, which is playing very aggressively and whatnot, to me it makes me shake my head, because I'm like, if you want to play aggressively, you need to be playing somebody else. This character is not an aggressive character, at least not mid-screen. He only really becomes aggressive once he has somebody in the corner. This character is much more methodical. This character controls the screen. He's calculated. He's waiting for you to make a mistake. He's trying to force you to make an error so that he can fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? And that's why this normal is so good, because people jump in, and as they jump in, I catch their ass slipping. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the biggest thing I want to give you as a do for Sub-Zero, is to be patient. Please be patient. Just chill. Relax. Don't be in such a rush to act a goddamn fool. Just chill. Now, let me go to the don'ts. All right, on to our do nots. The very first thing that I must emphasize with Sub-Zero is do not YOLO slide. Don't fucking do it. I know people be wanting to do it. They love doing this. People expect us to start right out the gate with this shit here. And why would we want to YOLO slide? So that we can do shit like this. That's why. Right? And of course, I don't know the damn combo like that. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, I do. What? No, I don't. Never mind. But anyway, motherfuckers be ready, be waiting to slide in the nooch so we can get our damn slide combo popping off, right? Don't do this shit. Don't fucking do it. Because whatever damage you are going to get off slide, I can guarantee you your opponent's going to get more damage punishing you for YOLO sliding. Now I had shout Sonya, but I use, where that boy Shujinko at? Yeah. So fuck it, I ain't gonna show all that. Understand that if you slide against General Shao and he blocks you, you're gonna eat 45% minimum. Understand that. Understand that. You gon' eat a minimum of 45% damage for a bar. And without a bar, it's probably gonna be 40. And I'm talking about Shao Shujinko, but Shao Mavado does that to you. Shao anything is going to kill you for 40-something% damage. You are not about to get 45% damage off that goddamn slide unless you do another thing that I'm going to tell you not to fucking do. Unless you spend 3 bars of meter in one combo. You weren't about to hit no 45% damage off no slide. Unless you were committed to spending 2 and 3 bars of meter. Don't do that shit. Do not do it. If you are going to slide in the neutral, you need to be making a hard read that your opponent is doing something other than low blocking. Then and only then do you slide. You slide on a read that your opponent's about to try to do some shit. So a lot of you will do a clone and then try to do a slide after. That's the worst time to slide. When they expect you to do it. What the fuck? Like, people expect you to try to go for this Injustice 2 shit. So of course they're waiting. They're waiting so that you can die. So you can use this to your advantage. You can do a clone and then don't slide. And when they low block, go up and throw them. Or you do something else. You subvert their expectations because they expect you to YOLO slide. You see what I'm saying? That way, when you do a YOLO slide in the neutral, it's like, what? He actually did it? Oh, God. What that is? Oh, Oh, you caught a lizard. A lizard. That's great. She should have been a veterinarian. That's my baby. But anyway, so stop YOLO sliding, Sub-Zeros. Don't fucking do it. Because if you do it against somebody like me, after a while, you're going to pay. You're going to pay bad. Okay. Another thing that we got to stop doing is stop this shit here. Stop this. Stop this. Because we can't get no clone after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this character's clone is a trap tool. Yes, we can use our clone in combos. Yes, we can. And in certain situations, it's actually really good for us to do this, particularly if we're going to use the triple clone to get the Heavenly Strike popping. You know what I'm saying? That's when we use it, for the Heavenly Strike. But if it's a regular ass clone, you probably don't need to be using it in a combo, because if you use it in a combo, you can't use it in the neutral right after. You got to wait to use it in the neutral. And this tool is much more useful in the neutral than it is in a combo. I understand it helps him get more damage. I get that. I really do. But reason why I'm telling you is like I just got done saying. We're going to get a lot more mileage from shit like this. Oh, I fucked up. But I think you see where I'm going. If I do a clone combo, well, let me use Cyrax here. And I don't know what the combo is off of. I don't even know if you can do 1-2, to be honest with you. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fucking combo is. So after you do that combo, I can put a clone right in front of the old boy. Or wherever I'm at. I can put a clone wherever I be. And I can use it to my advantage. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if I use it in a combo, now I can't use it again right afterwards. Let me use it with a character I actually use them with sometimes. Sub Sonya's a great team, by the way. So because I used it before, now I can be defensive and put the clone up right there. So if I'm fighting a General Shao, for instance, I do not want to sit there. Hold on. I don't want to do this. Because if I do this, now I'm not protected. Now I'm right next to Shao Kahn, and he has an 8-frame stand 2 that's even better than our stand 2 is. And he can come get us. Whereas if I would have just did this, whoops. I sacrifice a little bit of damage. Now I have some protection. Now this character that fucks us up with damage and rush down, now they have this clone to worry about still. You see what I'm saying? They can't just decide, oh, I don't give a damn about that little damage. I'm gonna run up on you and fuck you up. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. Now you have to also worry about this clone right afterwards because I didn't use it in a combo. I can't emphasize that enough. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me talk about something else. So I had just said this to somebody today. They asked me what I thought about Sub-Zero Darius. I don't hate Darius because Darius gives us cool shit, you know? I don't even know how you even do the damn overhead. How you do that overhead shit? Versus the... Fuck. No. This boy got a billion goddamn... Oh, I gotta hold it. What the hell? What is this? Oh, okay, okay, okay. So I can do the overhead low and shit. Yeah, people be doing this shit. I don't know what the damn setup is. They be doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Be trying to mix or whatever. Let me say this. Do not make mix your game plan with Sub-Zero. Don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. And I'll tell you why. I tried doing that. I almost made a Sub-Zero Frost video wherein I recommended to y'all, whoops, wherein I recommended to you guys that you pick the Sub Frost team so that you can do this shit. Ooh, mix. Whoops, I didn't mean to do no stand 3. I meant to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, mix them, mix them, mix them. Yeah, you can kill him. You can mix them. Shit, maybe you might. Maybe you might. Or maybe they might guess right and fuck you up. Right? Or maybe they'll do some other thing that ruins your mix setup. Or maybe you'll fuck up your own mix setup because some of them require very strict timing and precision. I mean, that one's not too bad. That ain't too bad. But still. Like, the problem is, when you make mix your central game plan with Sub-Zero, that means that if you ain't mixing, you ain't winning. If your opponent knows your mix and can block it, they have nullified the very reason that you pick a particular cameo, because you can't get that mix you was trying to get. I fought people using Darius before, and they've tried to hit me with the hard to block setups, and I've been very happy to delay wake up and fuck them shits up. I fucked up their timing because I delayed wake up. All I had to do was press a button, fuck up their whole setup, and block their thing or escape it or whatever. And suddenly I made that team a one character team. It wasn't even a team no more. It was me and my character versus their opponent without their cameo, because their cameo didn't do shit. The reason they used the cameo to get these crazy hard to block setups didn't even work because I didn't let it work. You see? Now, does that mean that Sub-Zero Darius can't ever work? Of course it can. I've seen people use it in tournament. But I've also seen that they've had to switch off that Sub Darius though. You know what I'm saying? Because mix is not everything. Mix is not everything. As a matter of fact, you want to predicate so much of your game on screen control and conditioning them with mids and throwing and shit like that and staggering. You want people to forget that you have mix. Make them forget that you have this overhead. Make them block your low shit so much. Make them block so much of your low that, oh shit, it's an overhead. Oh! That's the idea. This is used to punish people that have been conditioned to block low. This ain't no mix tool. This is a poke with Punisher. That's what this is. This ain't no motherfucking mix tool. You know what I'm saying? Like, look how far away this hits from. This hits from out here. You smack somebody from all the way right here. Bop! And that's where you launch them from. That's not by accident. Let me see if I can get Khan to do a reversal attack. Record. And then God damn it. Oh, I probably have to stance. There we go. Okay, okay. See that? Aw, oh, damn it. Why he ain't So, bitch, that's what you supposed to do. That's where this overhead comes into play at. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Oh, nah, it ain't working out so good for me. Oh, okay, I can do that though. Bitch. You see how that was a punish? Bitch. You mashing on me? Bitch. That's why that's what this overhead's designed to do. Catch them down oneers. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for this. If you know somebody finna mash on you, if you know they're gonna mash, bitch, don't you ever. Because notice, he's gonna block everything I do. You see? You see that? It should have said punish, but it didn't, but whatever. Bitch. Who told you to try to hit me? Who told you? Who told you? You gonna hit me, bitch? Nah, you ain't hit nothing. That's why this overhead exists. It's not a mix tool. Hell no. Hell no. And you don't even need the overhead to do this. There's your mid. There's your low. You see? So, this is not supposed to make Sub-Zero some sort of mix-up god, because he's not a mix-up god. This is not MKX. This is not MK11. This shit is too slow. It's 24 frames of startup. It's minus 24 on block. Well, let me see, because I think it's minus 24. I could be wrong. I know it's very negative on block. Hold on. Yeah, oh, it was minus 23. Okay. I knew it was minus 20 something. You know what I'm saying? But it's very negative on block. So do not make mix your goddamn game plan. Don't do it. Speaking of making mix, one of the problems with making mix your game plan is it requires you to be here. Sub-Zero doesn't do that well here. He damn sure doesn't do very well here. Because he's got the 7 frame attack, which is, everyone has 7 frame attack. This is 10 frames, but it's going to get mashed out, you know. This is great, but it's 15 frames, so someone's going to interrupt that. This is 13 frames, that's good, but again, people are going to interrupt this. Your buttons are not fast enough for us to be here, or to be here against most characters. We need to be here when we're in the mid screen. Fucking people up. Oh, you want to jump? That's where we need to be. Because our buttons are not that good for us to be here. Our buttons are only really good like that against characters like Quan Chi, maybe Cyrax, and Li Mei. And even against Lee May, you don't want to be too damn close to her because she'll fuck you up too. But there's only a couple characters who our buttons are better than. Those are the characters we can be up close against. But against everybody else, we need to keep our ass here. Because we got clone. If we are this close, down 1 clone is your friend. Back 3 clone is your friend. Stand 2 clone is a friend. You know what I'm saying? If you're in this range here, your goal is to try to get them frozen into this hole right here. Or to maybe get a hit confirm into a string. Or a combo starter, I'm sorry. But you don't want to be this close. Nah, don't do it. Oh, 2 more things I want to talk about. We have got to stop. And I see Sikander doing this, and it drives me nuts. He only does it because he's trying to flex on the opponent and shit. And it's not a good habit. How many times have we seen Sikander do this? Oh, well, shit. He'll do this shit. Trying to get this crazy damage so that he could flex. Or we'll see him do this shit on people. Oh, won't let me do 2? What? Oh. Doing shit like that. Trying to fuck with people. The man will sit there and use 2 and 3 bars to get some super extended combo, trying to do some big flexing. And he'll do it in the first goddamn round, which is even worse. Right? But he's doing it because he's Sikander and he's that damn good. Right? But even then, it sometimes bites him in the ass. Let me tell you something. If you're going to use a bar to combo, your job is to use... Honestly, you really ain't supposed to use no bars. If I'm being honest. Save your bar for the corner. For real. Save your bar for the corner. Because this is much more valuable. You know what I'm saying? Than this bullshit here. Like, this is cool. That's 370 some odd damage. That's dope. That's mad cool. But guess what? Hold on. Guess what's even better? This is better. Because that was 3 something into 329. That's better. That's a much more efficient use of a single bar. You see what I'm saying? Now let me try to do it without messing up this time. I don't know why my damn EX clone didn't come out. Okay. I don't have to tell you that that was more than 379. This character has 1200 health. For me to almost get to halfway, I did in excess of 500 some odd damage. You understand me? That's a much more efficient use of a single bar. So when I see you all doing this shit, I be mad as fuck. Don't do that shit. Stop doing that shit. Stop spending 2 goddamn bars. Or doing this bullshit here. You done spent 2 bars for some piddly ass damage. 2 bars? 2 bars. You know how much damage I could do with 2 of these? You know what I'm saying? Like 2 of these shits does way more damage. And you're more safe than one of these and then one of these joints. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. No. Hell no. Stop it. Stop spending meter aimlessly. You need to be conservative with your meter. You need to be very measured with your meter, because meter is life. Meter is more important than life. And then one more thing. Combos. You'll notice that I go for the same combos all the time. After my double back 2, I do 2-1, 1-2 slide, right? If I want to switch it up, can I do 1-2 punch? Nah, not really. If I want to switch it up, I could do that instead. But I almost always go for slide just for the corner carry. Right? Now, that's not optimal. The more optimal combo would be 2-1, 3 slide. Oh boy, wasn't lying. Okay. So one of my commenters said that stand 3 is much more likely to hit if you do neutral jump 2-1 as opposed to forward jump 2-1. Okay, that's not bad then. Thank you, commenter. I can't remember your name right now, but you the GOAT though. Okay, so look, that's 335 right there. That's 338. Okay, so yeah, that's a little bit more optimal. But I want you to notice something. This one's less damage, but it carried me to the corner and then some. Whereas with this, you got to the corner. You did get to the corner. It carried you there, but it's not carrying you as far. That little jump forward adds more distance to the corner. So even though 2-1 or jump forward 1-2 is a little bit less optimal, it's more consistent and it has better corner carry. Though, as I've discovered, courtesy of my commenters, doing neutral jump 2-1 is actually really good. Oh shit! I was even able to hit stand 4. Ooh, bitch! That's great. But notice I just dropped that bitch. But that underscores my point. The last do not is don't try to be optimal and drop that bitch. Notice that it's very tempting for me to do that instead. And I'm pretty sure I could get that combo down. Matter of fact, I'm curious as to what kind of damage that does now, because that shit is juicy. That's going to be 40%. Let me see this shit. Oh, god damn it. Hold on. Also, let me put myself closer, because this... Okay. That's 390. Okay. As opposed to what? $381. Yeah, that does a lot. That does work. That does work. Yeah. I like that. But here's the problem. I could drop this in a bad connection, and then I get nothing. I could get that. You see that? So imagine I hit the Serena hit confirm. Well, I'll probably hit the 2-1. I'll probably hit the 2-1. But imagine lag spike, whiff that shit. I got 32% off of my hit confirm. That sucks. Whereas if I would have just did this, I'm getting 381. And I got the corner carry I was looking for. Speaking of corner, let me talk about corner combos because, and some of y'all may not even fuck with this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't like these triple back 3 or back 2 combos. Offline, they're great. But I've seen myself whiff these shits, and I've seen too many people whiff this bitch for me to recommend doing them. Like, even in the Lin Kuei train video, I was doing them. But I've switched this combo to this right here. That's my train combo now. And I know I get less damage. But the difference is, I gotta try to drop this. Even in a bad connection, even if the lag is stuttering, I'm gonna hit this. You see what I'm saying? Whereas with this bullshit here, that shit could happen. That shit could happen. I'm not. Hold on. That happens often, and it pisses me off. And I know I'm losing 20%. I am losing 20%. But what I'm gaining is consistency. I would rather you hit a consistent 28 than an inconsistent 30. Because a consistent 28 is 28, 28, 28, 28, 28, 28. Every single time. You gonna hit 7, you gonna hit 10, 28% damage combos in a row if the shit is consistent. Right? But if I miss 3 of these joints, that's less damage overall. And in the case of a whiffed overhead, bro, and it's hard. I've whiffed that too. Look at that. They can punish me. They can punish me for that shit. If I'd have did that online, that'd have been a 45% damage combo, killing me. You know what I'm saying? So you need to hit the biggest damage combo that you won't drop. So you need to practice your combos. Make sure you can hit them shits blindfolded. Make sure you can hit them motherfuckers in the heat of battle. And then you hit them. You practice them against computers until they become muscle memory. And then you do them. You know what I'm saying? Because I would rather you be able to get a combo that you can consistently hit. Also be careful because you can whiff the 1-2. But if you hit that 1-2, this shit is undroppable here. And you have the Lin Kuei train with all the same benefits as this triple back 2 shit. Right? It's still plus 35. You know? So make sure that whatever combos you do, You do what you can hit. All right. So, I know this video is kind of long, but I want to analyze some match footage so I can tell you in real time and show you in real time what to do, what not to do. Oh, shit. So, this match was me fighting someone that challenged me by the name of DoobTube. He was a YouTube commenter that challenged me the other day. And I want you to notice right off the bat, DoobTube does something that was completely unnecessary. So I was telling you, use the ice clone as a shield, right? What does DoobTube do? Look at this shit. He jumps and uses the clone in the air. Now, the problem with using clone in the air is that you recover a little bit longer than you do on the ground. Also, unless I have a reason to jump, like I'm Natara or something like that, there's no purpose to me getting frozen by this. Because I can just do what I did and shoot this projectile and pop him. Now he's out of a clone. He's out of a clone, and he got fucked up. Notice what else he does. Y'all seen that? Oh shit, I went too fucking far. My bad. I went too goddamn far. Is it shift? I think it's shift.
That
My
I'm
bad.
not sure of. I believe you do, but I could.
Alright, so notice what he does. You see that shit? He threw EX Ice Ball. I told y'all, don't use meter frivolously. What was the purpose of him throwing EX Ice Ball? What was the purpose of that? I had no reason to get frozen by that move. He just threw that out because he thought I was going to do something. Now he's out of meter and he's jumping towards me. And notice I walked a little bit. Y'all peep that? So watch this. I'm gonna walk back a little bit. I walk right out of his range. So now I popped him. And notice I'm gonna press him towards the corner. And I'm gonna drain his meter. He has a bar of meter to work with. Oh, he tried to mix me. He tried to mix me. Which I told y'all, do not make mix a major part of your game plan here. Now he's gonna YOLO slide. Not YOLO. It was a wake up slide. Predictable, but a YOLO slide nonetheless. Okay, he's gonna jump clone again, which was stupid because now I can approach him for free. Look, he did the EX shit again. Notice, he gonna do the EX freeze again. Get his ass comboed. And look at this meter drain. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. He can't get out. Look at that shit. Look at his meter compared to mine. At this point, he's in trouble. He done spent his little piddly bar throwing a projectile that did nothing. He didn't have Ice Clone to protect him because he used it in the air. Right? And the one little bar of meter he did have that he could have used to possibly escape from what I'm about to do next, he can't use it. Okay, so now he has a bar of meter. What am I going to do? I baited him to do a wake up. See, now I'm free to use my meter to lock him down.
Indeed.
And so he was hemmed up in the corner because he mismanaged his shit. Now, mind you, I was told that I was going to get my ass kicked. That's what DoobTube said to me. And so I popped up. Notice he's still making the same mistakes. He didn't learn. He's jumping. Now, I fucked up right there. See, I can not only just recognize my opponent's mistakes, I can recognize my own. Look at that dumb shit I did. So I did double 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Now here, stand 4 slide would have been perfectly appropriate. I would have gotten almost just the same amount of damage as forward 1-2, but it's not going to drop. You see what I'm saying? But I decide I'm going to try to be optimal, try to get a little bit more corner carry, and do forward 1-2 slide, and watch how I get fucked up. Whoop! Fortunately, my opponent didn't punish me because he wasn't ready to punish. I think I fuck up again. Yeah, I fucked up again. He didn't punish me again. That's another thing. Don't assume that your opponent isn't going to drop your combo. Don't assume that your opponent is perfect and can't possibly make a mistake. People make unforced errors all the time. And so if your opponent makes an unforced error like dropping 2 combos back to back, be ready to punish with a 1-2. Okay, so what's the move here? What's the move? Okay, so I got the anti-air because he was jumping. Okay. Oh, I'm about to drain him again. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I'm about to drain him as soon as I get the chance. Why did I wait that fucking long? I don't know. Okay, see? Notice he had a little bar of meter. Notice my decision to not drain his ass the moment that I had the chance to allowed him to do that and escape. Now, I want you to notice what I've been doing. I use both slides. I use the side switching slide and I use regular slide. Don't be afraid to side switch. Oh, you doofus. You really put the doob in doob tube. Okay. Okay. Let me show you another bit of footage here. This was from somebody else. So this was from a player by the name of Danier. He said that I was unoriginal and would get smashed playing against him with Sub-Zero Serena. And I wanted to show something and I'm not quite sure what it was. I'll know it when I see it. I'm just controlling the screen. Okay. Oh, I use clone on wake up. Okay. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. So the side switching slide is very good to use sometimes because I have more frame advantage when I use it. So instead of ending it with a regular slide, I'm going to use that slide because if the opponent decides he's going to jump afterwards, I can bait him to jump, throw something out, and catch him. And that's exactly what I did. Okay. Now, let me get past this. He actually won. He won right here. And so I'm sure he was feeling himself. But then watch what the fuck happens here. Notice I'm using 2-1. I ain't mixed him at all. Oh. I got him in the corner. Oh, he used a wake up. Now I want you to notice something. Even though he did break out of the corner, he has no bar of meter. I should have punished him for that. I know, that's okay. I used the train right there. Ooh, but I noticed that he liked the up block. I'm like, okay, I can use that. Oh, hold on. I fucked up too. Hold on. I did a dumb thing. No, notice what the fuck I did. Look, look, look. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I broke in the first motherfucking round. Do not break in the first goddamn round. Don't do it. Even though for me this is more of a petty break, it was a dummy break because I don't know if I'm about to win this round right now, but if I don't win, I'm into the second round with virtually no meter. Well, I'm going to build it back. I'm going to build 2 bars back from getting comboed and shit. But I want you to notice he has no meter. Okay, so we both were stupid. We both did dumb things that we weren't supposed to do. So I broke in the first round, which was bad enough. But at least I built 2.5 bars back out of 3, right? Hold on, let me get my boy. I'm gonna get you. I got you, my boy. I got you, my boy. Yeah. But he has no meter now. So he thinks he's sitting pretty. He thinks he's about to live large and in charge. Ooh, look at that backdash. Backdash city. Whoop, whoop. Look at that. Backdash city. Boom, boom. Mm-hmm. I told y'all to use that backdash, didn't I? Am I gonna wait? No, I didn't. Oh wow. I used forward 1-2 clone. Ooh, I fucked up though. Oh, he fucked up. He used me. Oh my god. Okay. These are the earlier games. I wasn't playing as sharp as later on. Okay. Look at that. Oh. Oh, now I'm just draining him. He can't get out now. He can't get out at all. Well, I fucked that up. He was mashing. He's mashing on wake up. He's mashing. He's out of the corner now, which is good for him. Very good for him. Notice I'm just walking. I'm just walking, waiting for you to do dumb things. Like that. And I didn't do shit. I let him kill himself. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the wild thing about this. In so many of these instances against these opponents, you ain't gotta kill them. You ain't gotta go and rush them down and do no crazy shit. They will come to you and they will kill themselves trying to hit you if you just stand back and let them. And that's what Danier did here. Now, I'm not trying to be petty when I say these things, but my boy sat there and said, hey, he's going to smash me for playing this team, Sub-Zero Serena. But it's not about the team you're using, it's about how you use the team. It's not about who the team is, it's about how your particular rendition of the team is. Don't nobody play Sub Serena like I play Sub Serena, at least not yet. Ooh, notice what I did there. I noticed that he liked to up block, so I baited the up block and got a 19% throw. Bait your opponent also. Look at that. Controlling the screen. Ooh. Oh, did he break? No, he can't break now. He cannot break now, sir. Oh, he tried to poke Serena. Got frozen out of his goddamn child. Got frozen. He went from, oh, look at that. He can't do. Motherfucker. I'll probably be uploading the rest of this set later. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this video's long enough. These are the do's and don'ts of playing as Sub-Zero. I hope you learned a lot. I know this video's long, and I thank you for rocking with me for all this time. But with that being said, I'll catch y'all later. One.